Hey everybody, this is Nina with Budget Yarn Reviews. I just wanted to do a quick demonstration of a couple parts of the Nonna Rosalie's Toque hat. Just a couple places that there might be some confusion. And feel free to make fun of me for my pronunciation of Toque. I guess it's pronounced differently whether in the UK, the Canada, or the US. So I generally err on the side of pronouncing things the British way, just so you know. So right now I have my brim before it's folded. This is about 5.5 inches long. I decided to make it a little shorter than some of my other ones. But for folding the brim, you're going to start by finding your tail, which is right here. You're going to fold it up in the hat. And then you're going to look for, before I fold that all the way up, this is a long tail cast on, and you can see in the front, there's these longer strands here in the front. That's what you're going to be grabbing for when you're trying to knit these together up here. So let me fold this back up. Okay, so first I'm going to go into my active stitch, a zip to knit. I'm going to pull this up here, and I'm going to look for the first stitch and grab this front section here, and then I'm going to pull the yarn through both and knit them together. And I'll do a couple here because that first one's always hard with the stitch marker in the way. So in the zip to knit, I'm going to find the next one, which is right here, and pull through both and knit them together. This is something that would be easier to do if you have a crochet hook to pull the yarn through. That might be something worth doing. But expect this part to take a little while. So anyway, you just do this all the way around until the brim is completely connected. And you don't want to tighten these up too much. You can see from the back, it's a little loose here because you want to still allow the brim to stretch and everything, since this isn't a standard ribbed brim. And if you miss one or two along the way, one or two you're probably not going to notice. If you're missing 3 to 5, you probably will. So feel free to fudge a little bit at the end. I know I did on 1 or 2 of the hats that I knit. There's a little bit of room for error there, so don't worry about that. I'm going to get this knit together, and then I'm going to start the video again for the first round of the pattern repeat. Alright, I've connected the brim and I'm back. You can see here what that connection looks like. It looks like the beginning of a purl row. It's really pretty. I went ahead and did the first 2 rows of the body pattern. 1 round knit in the size 6s that the brim is knit in, and then 1 in the size 7 before starting the pattern. So the repeat is done in multiples of 6. So the first row is really simple. It's basically purl 3 and then knit 3 all the way around. And I might just do a few here. I don't want to make this video too long because, I don't know, I guess some people like long knitting videos and find them relaxing, but I like being concise. So I'm going to stop it there until we get to the next row. Okay, so here we are. This is after I have completed round 3 of the body, where it's alternating purl 3, knit 3 all the way around. This next round, which is round 4, is where it gets a little interesting. You purl into the first stitch, you knit into the one below on the next stitch. So of your 3 purl stitches, the center one right here, you're knitting into the V right here. And you're knitting, not purling. And then you purl again into the final 3rd purl stitch. So of the 3 purl stitches from the previous row, it's purl, knit below, purl. And then you just knit into the 3, the next 3, before repeating that again. So purl, knit below, and purl. I'll do it one more time. Missed that. Purl, knit one below, and purl. So I'll repeat that around, and then I'll come back and show you again. All right, I'm back just really quick here. I just finished round 4, where you're knitting into the stitch below between these 2 purl stitches here. And I did the first 6 stitches of round 5. Rounds 5 and 6 are both just straight knit. And you can start to see the little bow knot here forming where you knit into that stitch below. So anyway, you'll go ahead and do rounds 5 and 6, which are just straight knit, and then round 7 and 8 is basically the same as 3 and 4, but it swaps the knit and the purl so that the bows alternate. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and finish most of the body of the hat, and then when it's time to do the crown decreases, I will start another video again. Alright, so I'm back. I got the rest of the body finished while playing Catan Universe last night. So I already did rounds 1 through 3 of the crown decreases section. That basically is knitting around twice and repeating the purl 3, knit 3. So this is the round where you start knitting into the stitch below, and that's when we first start doing our decreases. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the first couple decreases. I'll stop the video. I'll do the knit round between, and then come back for the next decrease round, show you a little bit, and repeat until we're down to the final stitches. So anyway, so this is round 4. You purl 1, knit below, purl 1, just like all the other rows. It's when you get to the 3 knits that things change. You will knit 2 together, and then knit 1, and you're back to the purl stitches. So repeat that again. Purl 1, knit 1 below, purl 1, knit 2 together, knit 1, and repeat. Purl or knit 2 together, knit 1, and there we go. So that's the beginning of the decreases. So I'll stop this here. I'll get all the way up to round 6 where we're doing the next decrease, and I'll start again. Okay, so round 6, before you start round 6, make sure you have, if you're knitting the large size, that's what I'm doing, you have 90 stitches left after your last decrease round, and then going and knitting them all. So to do round 6, this is probably the simplest decrease round of them all. You'll knit 3 in the stitches above where you did the bow, just like you normally would, and then where you would normally have, where you would be getting ready to do your 3 purl stitches up here because you're alternating, you're actually knitting these together. So now you have your little bows with 1 knit stitch between all of them. So 1, 2, 3, and then knit 2 together. 1, 2, 3, and knit 2 together. So that's basically what round 6 is. So I'll finish 6, do 7, and then I'll come back and show you 8. Okay, so here we are. This is the beginning of round 8, and round 8 is the first round where we change the start of the round. So this was the existing start of the round. I'm going to remove my stitch marker, slip this stitch, and replace it. This stitch is going to be the end of the round now. Okay, so with that adjusted, I'm going to knit 1, knit 2 together. I'm going to put this back over here. I'm going to slip this stitch, pull it over the top, and then take this back. And I'm going to repeat that all the way around. So I'm going to knit 1. The knit 1 is always going to be right above the center stitch of the bow in the previous row. Then I'm going to knit 2, slip this back, slip the next stitch over, and return this back to the needle. Knit 1, again, right above the center of the bow below. Knit 2 together. Put this back on the left needle, pull the next stitch over, and return to the right needle. So you're going to do that all the way around. Then there's another knit round, and then we're back to purl 3, knit 3 for a bit. So I'll return in a second. Okay, so where I'm at right now, I went ahead and finished round 8, all the decreases. I did round 9, knitting all of them. I did round 11 as well, which is the purl 3, knit 3 all around, which you should be familiar with. So this is round 11, the next decrease round, and I already started it. Basically, I didn't like the last video I took, and I'm not frogging it to start over fresh. So you're going to see the rest of the round for the demonstration. So it's the very familiar purl 1, knit in the stitch below, purl 1, and then we have that unusual decrease again where you're knitting 2 together, slip this back, slip the next stitch over, and then slip it again. So I don't know if there's a name for this. I want to say I've seen it somewhere, but I looked and I tried to figure out if there's a name for it, and I couldn't find one. So if you know, let me know. But you're doing that again all the way around. So purl, knit 1 below, purl, knit 2 together, move it back, slip this over, and return. Purl 1, knit 1 below, purl 1, knit 2 together, back, slip, and there. So this is one of the last decrease rounds. Things are getting tight here. So I'll finish this up, do the next knit round, and then it's really one more decrease round to get to our final number of stitches. So we're almost done. Okay, we're almost there. This is, sorry. Stay put, please. Okay, this is the final decrease round. This is round 13. So this round we have to change the start of the row again. So here's the existing start of the round. I'm going to remove the marker, slip a stitch, replace it, and we have our new beginning. So this is another knit 1, knit 2 together, move it back, flip it over, return, knit 1, knit 2 together, flip, blah, blah, blah. I'll get all the way to the end of this, and then, because I'm sure moving everything around to finish the actual other side is going to knock my phone over, so I'll just get to the end here, or mostly, because I don't have the correct number of stitches. So you just do that all the way around, then there's one more knit round, and then that's it. You cut your yarn, you thread it through the active needles, or the active stitches, and tie everything off. And then you have made a house. I knew that moving would do that. Okay. Anyway, hope this helps.